Krishna Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. He is not coming? Not he, your other friend. Just okay. Welcome to today's Bhakti Yoga class. So yesterday we were discussing about the beginning of the answer. So what you spoke is correct from the point of view of Karma Yoga. What I spoke is correct from the point of view of Jnana. From material matter point of view, there is a connection between the fire, pot, milk, and rice. That may be true also in the case of conditioned soul. Conditioned soul identify with the material body, there is a connection. But a liberated soul does not identify with the material body. There is no connection. The Mimamsakas might say about performing yajna, performing worldly duties, so many things. Yes, according to them, that is correct because they are attached to Swarga enjoyment. But for those who are aspiring to go back home back to Godhead, that is meaningless. The Mimamsakas are not qualified to understand Vedanta because they are only attracted to the flowery words of the Vedas. But those who are aspiring for eternal happiness, they are qualified for Vedanta. And they will understand what is the distinction between the body and Atma, and then they will work accordingly and then they will progress. The words of the Vedanta are not at all suitable for all men, though those words are best for directly understanding the highest truth. Though Vedanta talks about absolute truth, but everyone cannot comprehend it. It is not meant for all. As in a dream, which is momentary and false, these same men do not, on their own, infer the inferiority of the happiness of household life. People who are attracted to dream happiness, they only talk about dream happiness, but they don't talk about the dream happiness is temporary. It is not eternal reality. They want to continue in the dream only. They don't want to come out of the dream. So such kind of people are not qualified for understanding Vedanta. The happiness of the karmis is temporary like the dream. It is meager and it related to material objects only. Thus, the Atma does not have a relationship with the material happiness. This happiness is false for the Atma, like the horns of a rabbit. The material happiness, either in the Bhuloka or Svargaloka, it is all belonging to body only. Mostly gross body, also some subtle body. It has nothing to do with Atma. So, it's useless from the point of view of Atma and liberation. The happiness of the Jnani, however, is eternal, not temporary, since it is related to Brahman, who is eternal. There is a great difference between these two. This is the usage of giving out the highest truth. So having set the background, now we move forward. He goes ahead in his teachings. Why is it that generally, even though enlightened by devotees, all men engage in material happiness? Same thing Arjuna asked a question in the third chapter. Why people are performing sinful activities as if forced? If Karma Yoga is supposed to be done, if Nishkama Karma Yoga is supposed to be practiced, which eventually leads to Jnana Yoga, why? Atakena prayuktoyam papa jati purusha. Anichanapi varshneya. Niyojesh Keshava. Anichanapi. Even though they don't have any desire to do, but they engage in. As if somebody is forcing. Reason is Kamesha Krodayesha. Now let us see what our Bharat Brahmana will say. Yavan rajasa purushasya satvena va tamasa vanuruddham cheto birakutibir atanoti nirankusham kushalam chetaram va.
As long as the mind of the living entity is contaminated by the three modes of the material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, his mind is exactly like an independent, uncontrolled elephant. It simply expands its jurisdiction of pious and impious activities by using the senses. The result is that the living entity remains in the material world to enjoy and suffer pleasure and pains due to material activity.
There Lord Krishna told Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajoguna Samdhoha. Here let us see what is devotee saying. As long as a man's mind is bound up by Rajas, Sattva and Tamas. Rajas Sattvena va Tamasa va Anuruddham. कुछ छोड़ा नहीं, तीनों गुण को पकड़ लिया. As long as one's mind is attracted to mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, the mind, like an uncontrolled mad elephant, Hatimata, continue to engage that person in dharma or adharma, using the knowledge senses and action senses. The mode of ignorance, mode of passion, induce a person to perform adharma. Mode of passion and mode of ignorance induce a person to perform dharma. It's like that. So passion is in both the places. So here this is mode of ignorance. This is passion. This is goodness. This is passion. This is goodness. If you take from here to here, one performs adharma only, and from here to here, one desires to perform dharma. Like that, we can take. Passion will be there in cooperation with both the things. So in that way. So as long as one is attached to three modes, one does dharma and adharma only. That's why Lord Krishna tells Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. So like that. As long as mind is bound by Rajas, Sattva or Tamas, the mind, like an uncontrolled mad elephant, engages saintly person in adharma, or engages in dharma, or adharma, kushalam va itaram, by the knowledge senses and the action senses. So karmendriyas and jnanendriyas, employing them, the mind engages one to do dharmic or adharmic activities. Three modes का वही उतना ही, three modes का पर्वी उतना ही रहते. By force, the mind with its gunas, destroying discrimination, engages in pious or sinful actions. What fault is there in the human being for this? अभी आदमी नहीं कर रहे, वो माइंड कर रहे. आदमी का फॉल्ट क्या है? कल वो थे ना क्लास में, my mind is telling me to do this, my mind is saying this, my mind is doing this. So माइंड कर रहे, आदमी का गलती क्या है? आदमी का ऊपर पाप पुण्य का भार क्यों लगा रहे? से प्रश्न उठता है. So उसका समाधान आगे पता चलेगा. What was that verse from 9th chapter? शुभा शुभा फलेरेवम मोक्ष से कर्म बंधना. This also comes in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. There Lord Krishna says that by practicing bhakti, one will be freed from Shubhafal, Ashubhafal. Both will be eradicated. So in that way. Because bhakti is beyond three modes. Sa vasanatma vishayoparakto guna pravaho vikrita sodashatma bibrut prutannam virupabedam antarbahishtam cha puraistanoti.
Because the mind is absorbed in desires for pious and impious activities, it is naturally subjected to the transformations of lust and anger. In this way, it becomes attracted to material sense enjoyment. In other words, the mind is conducted by the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. There are 11 senses and 5 material elements, and out of these 16 items, the mind is free. Therefore, the mind brings about birth in different types of bodies, about demigods, human beings, animals, and birds. When the mind is situated in a higher or lower position, it accepts a higher or lower material body.
So mind is the cause of everything. Yes. Lord, Bhartamara says same thing. The mind, the chief among the 16 elements, Shodasha Atma, endowed with pious and sinful impressions, Whatever one has done in the past lives, everything is stored in the mind. Pious activity or impious activity, good experience or bad experience, everything is stored in the mind. And it is very much attached to sense objects, agitated by the gunas, transformed by emotions, and supporting different forms through acceptance of different bodies, extends itself higher and lower portions with different names. Being the master of the 16 elements, being the storehouse of different experiences, pious or impious, different being the expert at performing different activities such as pious and impious activities, the mind, in order to fulfill different desires, takes on to different forms. It is mind which proposes, I mean, this life I want to fly, let me become bird. This life I want to run, let me become, which runs faster? Deer, cheetah, bapal. Something like that. So whatever the desire, accordingly, the mind says, and body comes. Mind desires, the body comes eventually. बस हो गया. वो करते करते बोर लगता है, अभी बहुत हो गया, इतना ज्यादा नहीं करने का, नेक्स्ट टाइम ऐसा करने का. देन वो करते करते बोर लगेगा, नहीं ये करने का अच्छा नहीं, वो करने का. ऐसा mind is constantly proposing different desires to accomplish. ऐसा आदमी को different names and forms मिल जाते हैं. The form of the devata, the name, form of the human being, and with a particular name, and form of animal with a particular name, like that. All these things मिल जाएगा. The mind endowed with impressions of piety and sin, contaminated with sense objects, agitated by the three gunas, transformed by lust and other emotions, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, masara, the chief element among the 16 elements, accepting different forms such as devata, animal or human, higher or lower, through bodies, manifests itself with various names. So, cycle of transformation that goes on eternally. There is no end to it. That is what will happen by the leader, mind. And by the way, mind is acting on behalf of Ahankara. Ahankara is the boss or the owner, and mind is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer. So, in that, the mind creates suitable results. The mind creates distress. The mind creates happiness. The mind creates illusion. In the mode of goodness, it creates happiness. In the mode of passion, it creates illusion. In the mode of ignorance, no, in the mode of ignorance, illusion. In the mode of passion, distress, which are unavoidable. How can something material create anything? No, the question that आपने बोल रहे हैं, mind creates subtle results. It is the mind creating distress, happiness, illusion, everything unavoidable. कैसे कैसे कर सकते? Mind itself is matter. Matter कैसे सृष्टि कर सकते? How does the matter can create something? ऐसे प्रश्न आ सकते. But before that, you remember 14th chapter Bhagavad Gita? There is something called Bhagavad Gita in which 14th chapter is there. उसका नाम क्या था? त्रैगुण्य विषय वेद. No. What is that? Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Three gunas, how they influence the people. Sattvam sanjayate. Huh? Sattva binds one to knowledge and happiness. Rajoguna binds one to action. Tamaguna binds one to nidra, pramada, alasya. So that's how a person becomes bound in this material world. So now question is that how mind can produce all these things. Mind itself is inert. वो कैसे कर सकते हैं? दुःखं सुखं व्यतिरिक्तं च तीव्रं कालोपपन्नं फलमावयन् यानक्ति आलिङ्ग्यमाया रचितान्तरात्मा स्वदेहिनं संश्रुतिचक्रकूटः.
The materialist mind, covering the living entity's soul, carries it to different spaces of life. This is called continued material existence. Due to the mind, the living entity suffers or enjoys material distress or happiness. Being this illusion, the mind further creates pious and impious activities and their coming, and thus the soul becomes conditioned.
The mind, Antaratma, the cause of deception and repetition of birth and death. See, here Antaratma is taken as the mind. Normally, if you see Antaratma, we take Paramatma. So the word may be same, but the meaning is different in different context. So that's why we need to refer to Acharyas. The mind, the cause of deception in the repetition of birth and death. Sanskriti Chakra Kuta, Samsara Chakra. The covering on the Jiva made by Maya, Maya Rachita. By embracing the Jiva, Swadehinam Alingya creates unavoidable distress, happiness, and illusion in the course of time. How can something material create anything? A material nahi create kar rahe. The Jiva who embraced matter and the matter facilitating all these things. Because Jiva embraced that matter has got the power to create different forms and different names. Usme galti kya? He alone cannot create. But as long as Jiva embracing that Maya's byproduct, it will create. It can create. Because Jiva empowering that object to do on my behalf whatever you want. आपको full right दे दिया गया. जो करना है करो. I'll just follow. So that's what it is. The mind, the cause of deception and repetition of birth and death, the covering on the Jiva made by Maya, by embracing the Jiva, creates unavoidable distress, happiness, and illusion in the course of time. That's how the mind gets the power. Embracing the Jiva, which is the cause. Jiva is the cause, not the mind. But because mind and Jiva are tightly embracing each other, the mind also becomes as powerful as the Jiva. The mind, a covering on the Jiva, creates. The mind causes deception in the wheel of rebirth. Similarly, Grama Kutaka means the village cheater. So the mind is like a village cheater. बोलते रहते मैं आपके लिए ये करता हूँ वो करता हूँ वो करता हूँ वो करता हूँ एंड में करते उनको बर्बाद करते. So it is like that. If you remember, what was the promise given by Puranjani to Puranjana in the 25th chapter of the 4th canto? What kind of promise she made? कुछ promise किया क्या नहीं?
Stay here.
Okay, 4th canto खत्म हो गए. हाँ? हाँ. No. You are looking for enjoyment, and we are here to provide you that. We'll promise you unlimited enjoyment. Stay in the city and enjoy in our company. We'll serve you the highest type of enjoyment. That was the promise given by Puranjani. Who is Puranjana? Who is Puranjani? हाँ.
Puranjani is the senses.
बाप रे, कहाँ से आ गए आप लोग? कितना साल हो गया?
Puranjana is
Puranjana is a king appeared in 500 BCE in the province of West Bengal, not West Bengal. That time it was some other name, and Magadha province, and then he was traveling and he came to South India, Dravida province. Then there he found a city of 9 gates on the shore of Kaveri river, and there was a gatekeeper, not gatekeeper, the caretaker, known as Puranjani, and then they married. Who is Puranjana?
is the
Is it Chola king, Panda king, Kaunsa king?
It's an imaginary characters which are created by
Krishna. I mean, not that. Whom Puranjana represents? Okay, if you are getting it wrong,
intelligence.
Puranjana.
Puranjani is mental intelligence.
Puranjana.
Puranjana is the Jiva.
वो बोलो ना.
Puranjana is
इतना
the
क्यों सोच रहे?
Jiva. Puranjana is the material intelligence.
Puranjani is not just intelligence. Puranjani is both intelligence as well as Chetana. Both. She represents both Chetana as well as intelligence, Buddhi. Buddhi and Chitta. Puranjana is Jivatma. And where Buddhi and Chitta are there, out of 4 elements, 2 are there. Other 2 also will be accompanying her. She had 11 followers, 11 kind of friends They were 11 male friends. The 11 male friends were the 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, and the mind. So सब कुछ है उधर, सब लोग है उधर साथ में ही. सब मिलके उनको प्रॉमिस किया, in our company we will give you enjoyment as much as you want, please stay here. He said okay, I'll stay here. He stayed there and enjoyed as much as you want. So that's what mind promises. Mind or intelligence promises full-fledged enjoyment in this world. Then what happens? Tavan ayam vyavahara sadhavi sadavi kshetrajna saksho bhavati stula sukshmaha tasman manolingamado vadanti guna gunatsvasya paravarasya. Quick.
The mind makes the living entity within this material world wander through different spaces of life, and thus the living entity experiences mundane affairs in different forms of as a human being, demigod, fat person, skinny person, and so forth. Learned scholars say that the bodily appearance, bondage, and liberation are caused by the mind.
That mind, in association with intelligence, ahankara, and chitta, promises unlimited happiness and enjoyment. Don't use happiness. Samsara, created by the mind, manifested as the practical material world with waking and dream states, is constantly witnessed by the knower of the field, the kshetrajna. Kshetrajnayor jnanam iti jnanam matam mama. Therefore, they means the great souls, the learned scholars say that the mind is the cause of bondage and liberation, which are known as the inferior and superior states of existence. Bandhuratman atmanantasya atmaiva ripuratmana. The controlled mind is the best of friends, uncontrolled mind is worst of enemies. So why controlled mind is best of friend? Because it helps one to attain liberation. And uncontrolled mind is worst enemy because it makes one to be bound in this material world. The repeated cycle of birth and death. Same thing. Even teachings of Lord Kapila says that Manoi Paramakaranam Bandhamuktaye. The mind is the cause of both bondage as well as liberation. Because mind is the one which promotes the desires, which pops up. वो ये करना सोच रहा था अभी पहले जन्म में करने का इच्छा था अभी कर नहीं पाया उस समय अभी करो जल्दी करो देखो कितना अच्छा है करो जल्दी करो. So it is mind actually which proposes different desires. ये करने का वो करने का. Being the CEO of ego wants to enjoy, ego wants to be glorified like this. I'm so and so, I'm this and that. So mind only facilitates by executing the needful. So the samsara is created by the mind and it manifests as the practical material world with waking and dream states and is constantly witnessed by the knower of the field. What the soul does? Sakshi eva matram. The soul remains as a witness because soul has nothing to do, nothing to gain from this matter. It's just witnessing. So mind ने already promise किया after embracing him, I will give you unlimited. So it is trying to give enjoyment by creating samsara, life after life. And soul remains a witness trying to enjoy, trying to experience the enjoyment. So this is that's how. But though it promised that it will give enjoyment, but generally it causes bondage. But those people who make a determined endeavor to come out of that bondage, then they try to control the mind. If they control the mind, then that same mind will help them attain liberation. Samsara caused by the mind is called the practical material world. In this way, the material world makes its appearance, always seen by the knower of the field in waking and dreaming states. So now he is negating the idea of the king. King said, हमको प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड से डील करना ही है, हम प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड में हैं, कन्वेंशनल वर्ल्ड में हमको डील करना ही है. I cannot deal without having a designation that I am a king. Otherwise, I will do my duty. They should accept me as the king and I should accept them as my subjects. Then only I can do my duty with respect to them. Otherwise, कैसे करेंगे? But he is telling on the other platform, जो भी आप बोल रहे हैं, it's all creation of the mind. Whatever practical world is there, it's all the creation of the mind only. Because you had a desire to be like a king, the mind facilitating you being a king for some years, maybe 60, 70 years. Afterwards, it's gone. So, like that.
But whatever may be the desires, but even in those conditions, understanding that this is sanctioned by the Lord and let me do it according to the laws of the Lord. So that-
From Karma Yoga point of view, one says that it is all sanctioned by the Lord. Chatur Varnam, Gunakarma Vibhagasha. Then what? It's okay. The Chaturvarnas are created by Lord. I need to follow the duties. One will say like that. But that is how long? If you are attached to the duties and to get the results of the duties, that is true. But if you are in urgency to go back to Godhead, you should treat the same world consisting of 4 Varnas and 4 ashramas as a dream. Then only you can leave the world. Even that is the principle explained by Narada Muni in the same section, Puranjana. Puranjana section also he says the same thing in the 29th chapter at the end when he was about to give purport. It was the same thing. If one is willing to go back to Godhead, see, one will say the problem with this that when one is doing all the duties properly, results are coming, seems to be nice. Hey, everything is good. System is so perfect that everything is happening very nicely. If you do this, result is coming accordingly, we can remain peaceful, happy, and we become attached to mode of goodness. One becomes attached to happiness and knowledge, jnana and sukha. So one does not want to come out of it. That is the problem with Karma Yoga. If one wants to go back to Godhead, one should treat this world as a dream fairyland. Otherwise, one will not want to get out of this. This is the philosophy of jnana. Even that is the philosophy of bhakti. Narada Muni tells this. I am not telling. If you have doubts, please read 29th chapter.
But the aspect of bhakti is also that we don't need to actually consider this world as a dream.
Who said?
Rather, if we can see
that considering this world as a dream is the basis of the philosophy. हर जगह पर आता है. बाद में चित्रकेतु महाराज भी वही बोलते हैं, नारद मुनि भी वही बोलते हैं बार बार.
Basically the dream in the sense, the context is
temporary.
The context is that seeing these things independent are not connected with the Lord.
No connection, they are accepting everything is connection to the Lord. They do accept that everything is manifestation of Supreme Lord only. But what you want to do with that?
Engaging it in that service.
How long?
As long as stay in the body.
Who will decide that as long as? कौन decide करने वाला?
Let that be decided by the destiny.
That is the mentality of Karma Yogis. Karma Yogis have that mentality that होने दो, क्या जल्दी है, जल्दीबाजी क्या है, जाने दो, होने दो.
Then what is the Jivan Mukta state of consciousness?
Jivan Mukta is Jnani. Jivan Mukta is indifferent to this material world. Ah,
So even though he stays in the body,
ah.
he is not actually affected by the material things.
He does not have any plans to accomplish in this material world.
Ah,
He has nothing to accomplish in this material
So the
world.
same bhakti aspect also, if you see the same,
Ah,
so he doesn't consider that this is a dream.
ah.
Rather, he considers that this may be
Unless
real.
until you consider it as a dream, you can't develop detachment.
We can't.
Develop detachment from this.
But if you see this word,
Ah.
why do I need to actually create detachment? Rather, I need to engage all these things in the service of the Lord.
When I say detachment, is not like the detachment of the so-called jnanis, not that kind of distasteful detachment. Even in order to engage in the service of the Lord, also you need to have some detachment. उसके बिना नहीं कर सकते. मैं भगवान की सेवा में क्यों लगाने का? ये मेरा है, ये मेरे लिए है. कब भगवान की सेवा में एंगेज कर सकते? जब थोड़ा वैराग्य रहेगा ना.
Correct.
हाँ, वही बोल रहा हूँ ना मैंने.
Mhm.
Even in order to engage in the service of Supreme Lord, there should be detachment. उसके बिना होता नहीं. The detachment will come when we say that we here in this section of just to inspire jnana, it is said that is created by mind. This entire world is the creation of mind. The devotees will say this entire world is the creation of Lord. That's what na antaratma in the previous word antaratma is there. So from jnana point of view, antaratma is mind. From bhakti point of view, antaratma is paramatma. It is the entire world is the creation of paramatma. It is meant for his play. आपका क्या है? इसमें आपको कुछ है ही नहीं. कुछ है ही नहीं तो कुछ कैसे यूज कर सकते? कुछ जो भी यूज करना है तो किसके लिए यूज करने का? परमात्मा के लिए यूज करो. आपका कुछ है ही नहीं. Simple. Now here in the current discussion, we have that punch of jnana more. But the philosophy is same. भक्ति के लिए वही philosophy, ज्ञान के लिए वही philosophy, योगा के लिए भी वही philosophy. So it's like that. It is like that, bro. जब तक हम समझ में नहीं गए, जब तक हम उसके साथ जीने का नहीं, तब तक हमको हमारा अंदर से बाहर नहीं आएगा विकार. जब तक विकार नहीं आएगा तब तक इधर ही पड़े रहेंगे. So it's like that. Samsara created by the mind is called practical material world. For our satisfaction, we can put after the mind, we can put a bracket, within the bracket, Antaratma. Who is that Antaratma? Paramatma. So like that also you can take, no issue, no problem. Samsara created by the mind is called the practical material world. In this way, the material world makes its appearance, always seen by the knower of the field, in waking and dreaming state, Stula and Sukshma. If you remember, what was the verse from 10th chapter? Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa hetunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. What is the meaning of that?
This whole material nature is actually working under my direction.
आपका डायरेक्शन के अंदर काम कर रहे हैं, बट कौन काम कर रहे हैं? प्रकृति क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि. So it is Prakriti is gunas are performing. How does the Prakriti gunas appear in this world? In the form of 24 elements. Chetana, Ahankara, mind, intelligence, 5 Jnandya, 5 Karmendra, 5 Tanmatras, 5 Panchamahabhutas. Of the 24, 4 are important. The 4 are powerful. Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana. Okay. The Chetana and intelligence reveal the knowledge. Ahankara reveal the identity and want to enjoy. It is the mind which executes all the activities. It is the mind which engages the Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas to perform any activity. It is the mind which facilitates the fulfillment of the desire of Ahankara, who is acting as the representative of the soul, who came here to enjoy, separate from the Supreme Lord. From Lord's point of view, the universe is created by the Supreme Lord. But from our point of view, the universe has been created by my mind. For me, the world in which I am living is created by my mind only. Because sometime back I had a desire. In order to fulfill that desire, my mind is facilitating that particular universe now. We are all living in a bigger universe. Within the bigger universe, we also have our own small universe. Are you getting? Universe means it's a place of abodes and people. So in the Lord's universe, there are 14 planetary systems and different variety living entities are there. But in our current life, we also have a universe in which we have places such as Tirupati, with which you are familiar. You have place Mumbai and few places. You don't know about all other places. You only have few places and few people familiar to you. They say that is your universe. And your universe has been created by you, created for you by mind, by your mind. So like that. Everyone has their own universes. And their mind has created that universe for them. So this is from Jiva's point of view. So it's like that. As long as we have desires, the mind keeps creating so many universes for us. If a fish is born, it is in a lake. For the fish, its universe is only that lake only. It can't go out of the lake. As long as it lives, till the time it dies, it will be in that lake only. वो उनका यूनिवर्स है, बस हो गए. वो यूनिवर्स में बहुत सारा जगह है, बहुत सारा लोग है, उनके साथ आदान प्रदान करते हैं, बस हो गए. ये उनका माइंड का सृष्टि है उनका. The next life, the same mind will get different universe. That time it will become a horse. उसके बाद it will become a human being. उसके बाद it will become a देवता, गंधर्व, किन्नर, किंपुरुषा. So उनका यूनिवर्स चेंज होता रहता है. So that is understanding. The happiness of the self, which is called truth, is caused by the mind. Therefore, that mind alone is the cause of samsara and liberation, which are low and high conditions of the jiva. Here, happiness of the self is the Atmananda, which is experienced by the jiva only when jiva goes to transcendence. And that is also in one sense created by the mind. When the mind is controlled, the controlled mind will facilitate one to perform bhakti in a proper way. There's one can go back, come back to Godhead. Okay, okay. How can the one mind be the cause of different conditions, bondage and liberation? One man ask question. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? Mind कैसे कर सकते हैं? अब माइंड का सृष्टि बोल रहे हैं, माइंड ओनली काजिंग बॉन्डेज, माइंड ओनली काजिंग लिबरेशन, क्या कैसे होगा? Now he is going to elaborate that theme in the rest of the chapter. गुणानुरक्तं व्यसनाय जन्तो क्षेमाय नैर्गुण्यमतो मनस्यात् यथा प्रदीपो घृतवर्तिमश्नन् शिखा सदुमा भजति अन्यदा स्वं पदं तथा गुणकर्मानुबन्धं बद्धं वृत्तिर्मनश्श्रयते अन्यत्र तत्त्वम्.
When the living entity's mind becomes absorbed in a self gratification of the material world, it brings about a conditioned life and suffering within the material situation. However, when the mind becomes unattached to material environment, it becomes a cause of liberation. When the flame in a lamp burns a wick improperly, the lamp is blackened. But when a lamp is filled with ghee and is burning properly, there is bright illumination. Similarly, when the mind is absorbed in material sense gratification, it causes suffering. And when detached from material sense gratification, it brings about the original brightness of Krishna consciousness.
When the mind is attached to the three gunas, it is the cause of the jiva's suffering and jiva's bondage. And when the same mind is detached from the gunas, it is the cause of liberation.
It can only be done through jnana.
Jnana, yoga or bhakti. Anything above karma, anything above sakama karma will help to practice this. Nishkama karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga and bhakti yoga are meant for detaching the mind from three gunas. All these four processes.
How they are actually detached to it? Is it
So it's about-
mental
it's about-
contamination or by determinate?
What is the difference between Sakama Karma and Nishkama Karma Yoga?
Sakama Karma Yoga is
Never ever say Sakama Karma Yoga. There is nothing like Sakama Karma Yoga. Sakama Karma, Nishkama Karma Yoga.
oh, we don't say Sakama Karma Yoga.
In Sakama Karma, there is no Bhakti aspect. Wherever Bhakti aspect is there, we need to add yoga.
I was thinking yoga means wherever in connection with the Supreme Lord in somehow or other it is
But in
coming.
Sakama Karma, there is no connection.
Artho Artharthi, they are not considered as bhaktas.
They are Bhaktas.
So Sakama Karma,
Artho, Arthat, Jignasu are Karma Mishra Bhakta. Jnani is Jnana Mishra Bhakta.
so the Sakama Karma,
That is
they
not
are
Sakama Karma. Sakama Karma is entirely different. Sakama Karma is in the person, the mode of passion. Vikarmi, the person, the mode of ignorance. Sakama Karmi, the person, the mode of passion. Only in goodness one starts practicing some transcendental process. When one comes to know goodness, then one begins Nishkama Karma Yoga or Karma Mishra Bhakti.
if a person
Wait. In the mode of ignorance, one only performs Vikarma. Viruddha Rupena Karma, all sinful activities. In the mode of passion, one performs Sakama Karma. He may take shelter of Vedas. The Vedas says you perform this pious activity, you give charity, you will get the results. Like that. We also advertise ना टेम्पल कंस्ट्रक्शन है तो अब एक ब्रिक दे दो भगवान आपके लिए एक ब्रिक एक टेम्पल का एक मंदिर खड़ा करेंगे एक पैलेस खड़ा करेंगे स्पिरिचुअल लॉर्ड में like that. So they are only in dealings. I do this, what will I get? Give and take policy, mode of passion. Even through the scriptures, there is no concept of selflessly serving someone. When one enters into mode of goodness, then there is selfless service attitude. So in the mode of goodness, there are two sections. One is yoga section, one is bhakti section. In the yoga section, first one is Bhakti Mishra Karma. Bhakti Mishra Karma is Nishkama Karma Yoga. It is Nishkama Karma, but because there is some Bhakti aspect in it, it becomes Nishkama Karma Yoga. That means they are dedicated to perform their varnashram duties. They perform all the duties according to their choice, and they offer some portion of the results to Supreme Lords in the Lord service or in society service. Giving something for society or for Lord needs a lot of selflessness. That is the symptom of mode of goodness. Only in mode of goodness a person have the symptom of selflessness, not in the mode of passion and mode of ignorance. So this side, where a desire to perform one's own duties is more, that's why it is called Bhakti Mishra Karma. And that side, one already developed a positive attitude to Supreme Lord. One want to serve the Lord, but one need to perform duties also. He performs all the duties and also serve the Lord. That becomes Karma Mishra Bhakti. And that is Artho Jignasu Artharthi. These three people are called as Karma Mishra Bhaktas. They don't go here and there, they only take shelter of Lord, but they also have so many material desires. They will fulfill all the desires through the Lord only. That is Karma Mishra Bhakti. Here, Bhakti Mishra Karma, that is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then one step ahead, when they purify all the desires, there is
Bhakti Mishra Karma, they actually to fulfill their desire. Bhakti Mishra Karma means Nishkama Karma.
Nishkama Karma Yoga.
They are not actually looking for the results also.
They are offering the results to Supreme Lord. Initially, they offer 10%, then 20%, 30%, 50%. When they come to 100%, then they are qualified to take to Vanaprastha or Sannyas.
So here Devatas are the Lord, there is a distinction, and they offer it either to the Devatas or to the Lord.
No, they offer to everyone. When they perform Yajna, it is a cumulative offering to everyone. In Yajna, offerings will be going to everyone. It will go to Lord Vishnu also, it will go to all the Devatas also. So it is for everyone. In the Nishkama Karma Yoga, they offer to everyone. They offer to Lord also, they offer to Devatas also, they offer to society also. That's what, na? What is that 6 runas? Devarshi Bhutatu Nam Chapitunam Naking Karo Nayam Runicha Rajan. One who fulfills all the 6 runas systematically, properly, is a Nishkama Karma Yogi. For him, I vote to everyone. I will offer whatever they required to everyone. When it comes to Bhakti, Karma Mishra Bhakti, they understand that everyone is a servant of Supreme Lord. If I offer to Lord, a Lord will in turn offer to everyone. This is the distinction. Here he individually offers to everyone. There they offer to Supreme Lord directly, and Lord will offer individually to everyone. It is Lord's responsibility to offer later on to the intermediate people. So it is like that.
So Artha Artharthi,
Artho, Artha, Jigneshu, these three are Karmamishra Bhaktas. They have desire, they could have gone anywhere, but they come to Lord. Udara eva sarva eva ite. That's why they are Karmamishra Bhaktas. We also came to Bhakti for what? Outside बहुत तो जेलना पड़ता है उसको escape करने के लिए इधर आए हम. We are also Karmamishra Bhaktas. May not be Artha, but Artharthi. Sir, Artharthi nahi. We are Arthas. At least if not you, but I am. And also thoda Jignasa bhi hai. So it's like that. Huh? You are Jnani, yeah?
Philosophically.
No. Oh, that may be a little portion. That's why we always, Chakrava said that, be a Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra, Yoga Mishra Bhakta. We can't say it, we are only one place. We have all the desires. So we are everything. I mean, actually, to say like that also too much. We are not Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra, Yoga Mishra Bhaktas. But that is aspiration to become. We don't know what kind of bhakti we are following. So,
Now, Sakam Karma. So people used to perform yajnas.
okay.
So that includes Vishnu also as a demigod, not as the supreme God.
They don't know also difference between the.
Yeah.
For them, everyone is devatas. Vishnu is one devata, Indra is also one devata. That's all. They don't see the distinction. For them, you are our master. Please take. We are supposed to offer you. We are offering. That's all. They don't say these are demigods, these are supreme lord like that. That concept they don't have.
So if they do this yajna and offer the supreme God, then that becomes a part of bhakti, or that becomes a sukriti, or only the result is demigod. Because Vishnu है तो उसका advantage मिलना चाहिए. For example, बाहर के लोग बाकी देवी देवता को भी डोनेशन देते हैं. हम बोलते हैं कि इन्होंने कुछ भक्तों का मेहनत किया तो उनको मतलब सेवा किया तो उनको सुकृति मिलेगा. So this person who is Sakam
With the proper understanding of the Supreme Lord, if they do some seva to Supreme Lord, that becomes Karma Mishra Bhakti. If they do as a normal thing, they are offering to Ganesh also, they are offering here, there, everywhere, they are also offering to Lord Vishnu, it becomes Bhakti Mishra Karma. It remains Nishkama Karma Yoga only.
But this, so I'm talking about Sakam.
See, Bhakti means, Bhakti depends on the understanding that Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Lord. Then only Bhakti begins. Then Bhakti becomes prominent. If they are also offering to Lord Vishnu, it remains Nishkama Karma Yoga. But if they have the firm understanding, that clear understanding that Vishnu is the Supreme Lord, remaining all is expansions. So let me do seva to Vishnu alone. By the way, sometimes they may also do Devata Seva also, but they predominantly they want to do Vishnu Seva. Then they become Bhaktas.
So Nishkam Karma Yoga don't have, anyone can do without the understanding of the Supreme Lord. He can become a Nishkam Karma Yoga. Yeah. Is that because yoga is there, you said ki, there should be the aspect of the understanding of the Supreme Lord, but no,
they begin like that. They begin with that mentality, but धीरे धीरे उनका purification होगा तो they will realize that eventually. See, first of all, where Nishkama Karma Yoga begins, when they understand that the happiness in the household order here in the Boloka or the happiness in the heaven is temporary. Then what is the permanent happiness? Permanent happiness is in Brahman. When they are attracted to that eternal permanent happiness, then they will begin Nishkama Karma Yoga. But since they have already had a bent of Sakama Karma mentality, serving everyone, they start Nishkama Karma Yoga serving everyone. They say all my results are meant for Lord Vishnu as well, Lord Deva, all other devatas also. But eventually as time progresses, dire, serving other devatas comes less. And now they are dedicated to understand what this Brahman is all about. One of the Vishnu's aspect. Then they are qualified to take to Vanaprastha or Sannyas. Then there is no work aspect. There is only study aspect. Swadhyaya and Tapasya in the Vanaprastha order. So it is like that.
Is there a difference between the Karma Kanda and Sakama Karma Yoga in the definition?
There is no Sakama Karma Yoga.
Sakama, Karma, and Karma Kanda. Is there a difference between these two according to the
Karma Kanda means Sakama karma plus Nishkama karma yoga. Both come into the called karma kanda. Karma kanda means it is a division of the Vedas which talks about karma. Jnana kanda means a division of Vedas which talks about Jnana and Ashtanga yoga. And Upasana kanda is a division of the Vedas which talks about worship of the Devatas which culminates in Vishnu worship. Kanda means a division in the Vedas like Bala kanda, Ayodhya kanda, Aranya kanda, Kishkinda kanda, Uttara kanda, Yuddha kanda, sorry, Uttarakanda, Sundara kanda, Yuddha kanda and Uttara kanda. Kanda means a division. So that division of the Vedas which only talk about Sakama karma or Nishkama karma yoga sections of sadhanas is called Karma kanda section of the Vedas. But generally, people consider that Karma kanda section means Sakama karma. Because Sakama karma is people generally attracted to. Yamima Pashutam Vacha is all about Sakama karma. That attraction is all about Sakama karma. Only when people desist that attraction and they aspire to go to Brahman, then they begin to perfect this Nishkama karma yoga. That is also from the Karma kanda section of the Vedas only.
And while understanding that Sakama Karma and then Nishkama Karma, is it correct?
Then,
And then Gnana.
where is Karma kanda then? No.
No, from the understanding.
Abhi nahi. Pehle. What were you
I was
thinking
thinking
before?
Karma Kanda is there, where
Then,
it is more focused only on the Devatas but not on Vishnu. Whereas Sakama Karma Yoga, I was thinking, where even though they actually want something, they'll actually worship Vishnu. That is where the yoga term is actually been introduced along with Sakama Karma. So, because even if they have the desires, previously they used to go only for Devatas. But here they are actually approaching Vishnu, even if to fulfill their.
Then what is Nishkama karma yoga? If Sakama karma yoga is they are approaching Vishnu, then what is Vishnu karma yoga?
Nishkama Karma Yoga, they are not actually even after the fruits of the results. They are not actually aspiring for any material desire to be fulfilled by approaching Vishnu. That is Nishkama Karma Yoga.
So what is the correction?
When we use the word yoga, so it means either in the connection with Lord Vishnu, in person from or Brahman. Is that
anything in connection to absolute truth is called yoga.
In any form.
Any form. There is no difference between these three forms. Three are same only. It is Mahavishnu whom Jnani see him as Brahman, Yogi see him as Paramatma, devotee see him as Bhagavan. Same Mahavishnu only appears in three features for three different people. Same Mahavishnu is there in Srirangam. Ranganath Swami only, Mahavishnu matlab. That Ranganath Swami is treated by devotees as Bhagavan. Yogis by yogis as Paramatma. By Jnanis as Brahman. I'll tell you one example. This I told in this example we get it from Ishopanishad. Hyderabad I spoke that. There is a cloud. Okay? In the summer season, the clouds are very distinct.
This is according to Sri Vaishnava understanding.
According to Ishopanishad understanding. According to Baldev Vidyabhushan. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan's understanding.
Okay, so understanding.
Which understanding?
No.
That Mahavishnu is three.
No. Mahavishnu is the
three. That is second kind of first chapter, second chapter.
And Bhagavan also is here we are not distinguishing between Vishnu and Krishna. We are understanding Vishnu and Krishna to be the same. Vishnu and Mahavishnu to be the same. In that sense. Vishnu and Mahavishnu and Krishna to be the same. And we are
Krishna is not Bhagavan. He is uske upar hai. भगवत गीता कहाँ चले गए आप लोग? द्वौ इमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षरमेव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थो अक्षरमुच्यते उत्तम पुरुषस्तु अन्य परमात्मेति उदावृता यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्ति अव्यय ईश्वर यत्नक्षराम् अतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तम यो लोके वेदे च प्रतीता पुरुषोत्तमा. There are two categories of beings: conditioned souls, liberated souls. And all the liberated souls are staying along with Brahman. Among all the liberated souls, the Brahman is supreme. And superior to Brahman is Paramatma. Okay? Superior to Paramatma is Bhagavan. but there are unlimited forms of Bhagavan. Among all the Bhagavans, I am Purushottama. Krishna is Purushottama. Vishnu is Bhagavan.
Where is this?
For practical purpose,
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15.
for practical purpose, we take Krishna as Bhagavan.
Wait. Okay.
Practical purpose,
You take Vishnu as Aishwarya Bhagavan, Krishna as a Madhurya Bhagavan. When it comes to Madhurya, there is no Bhagavan aspect.
understood.
Not understood. You are a Gaudiya Vaishnava or Kamsa Vaishnava? Sri
Now
Vaishnava.
we are studying from a point of view of this.
Does in
from point of view of
Vranda, that
Bhagavad
is in
Gita.
Vrindavan, does anyone treats Krishna as Bhagavan?
We are studying from the point of view of Bhagavad Gita, for example.
Maybe वही बोल रहा हूँ प्रभु जी. From Bhagavad Gita point of view, Vishnu is Bhagavan,
As a
Krishna is Purushottama.
understanding.
Krishna is Purushottama.
It's not understanding, not Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding.
हाँ, Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding है तो क्या? Krishna is not
Vaishnava-
Bhagavan. Krishna is above Bhagavan.
This
He is Purushottama.
this we from our Gaudiya understanding it is right.
हाँ.
As a general Vaishnava.
See, generally, Bhagavan is the person who possesses 6 opulences in full. So, the opulences indicate Aishwarya Tattva. Knowledge, renunciation, beauty, power, strength. These are all principally in Vishnu. Revered, worshipped like a king. Like the everything. So, generally, Vishnu is Bhagavan. And the same Vishnu is Paramatma for the yogis. The same Vishnu is Brahman for the Jnanis. क्या अभी सेकंड चैप्टर पढ़ा है नहीं क्या भगवद गीता भागवत में फर्स्ट कैंटो
Second chapter.
हाँ 3 observed in 3 features ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवानेति शब्द थे वदन्ति तत्वदस् तत्वम यज्ञानम अद्वयम there is no difference between 3 truths 3 are same only advaya jnana that is
You achintya. There is
क्या
no difference,
अचिंत्य
there is difference.
हमेशा चिंता में रहते हैं तो अचिंत्य क्या समझ में आएगा
There is no difference, but
हाँ, अभी with this example we will close the chapter
because you yourself have differentiated even in the Bhagavan,
हाँ
then why can't there be a difference in Brahman and Bhagavan? So there is difference also. At the same time, there is no difference also. That is how it has become achintya.
in summer the clouds are of particular size and they look very distinctly. Okay. In the rainy season, especially when it's about to rain, there is a cloud everywhere. Everywhere black only. Sun is also not seen. Everywhere full black, full rain going to come. And then, at some point of time, in summer, there is no cloud at all. Kidhar bhi nahi. What is cloud by definition? It is combination of water particles or vapor particles. Yes or no? Scientist, what is cloud? It is combination of vapor particles. The vaporized water when goes to sky becomes cloud. So,
Vapor particles.
vapor particles. So, the definition is, what is Brahman? Brahman is all pervading. Brahman is the rainy cloud, rainy season cloud. The cloud is everywhere. चारों दिशा में देखो 4 नहीं 5 दिशा में 4 दिशा और ऊपर भी किधर भी देखो काला काला क्लाउड है. It is all pervading. What is that cloud? उसका डायमेंशंस मेजर नहीं कर सकते. कहाँ सब जगह पर वही है. क्या मेजर करेंगे? It is unlimited, all pervading. That is Brahman. Summer cloud, it is limited. You can measure the dimensions. It is very beautiful to look at. You can describe it. The rain cloud you cannot describe. सब जगह पर काला काला दिख रहा है. क्या डिस्क्राइब करेंगे? कुछ कलर का वेरिएशन रहेगा तो कुछ डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हैं. सब जगह पर वही कलर है तो क्या डिस्क्राइब करेंगे? और समर क्लाउड यू कैन टॉक अबाउट इट. The rain is over. Full cloud came down. There is no cloud there. The cloud has disintegrated. That is Paramatma aspect. Paramatma is Andantarastha Paramanucha Antarastham. The vapor is there, but it is not took the form of cloud. It is there everywhere. The vapor particles are everywhere, but in an invisible way. So that is Paramatma. That is also a cloud, but not seen by us. It is there everywhere. The vapor is there everywhere, but can't see. You can't see it. When all the small cell particles come together, it becomes appreciable cloud. That is Bhagavan. When it is spread everywhere, it is Brahman. It is there in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 8, text number 8, I think. Kavim Puranam Anushashtaram Anoraniyam Anusmaredaya Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam. Anoraniyam is Paramatma. Anusmaredaya is Bhagavan. Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam is Brahman.
Can you explain those things clearly?
Anoraniyam
Okay, that
is
is-
Paramatma.
Hmm.
Anusmaredya,
Means the
that is
whole
Bhagavan.
concept of our,
Ah,
remember
the Bhagavan is in a limited form. Paramatma is insignificant, very small. We can't see him, what we can meditate. Brahman is so big, we don't know where he is. We can't meditate upon him. But Bhagavan is limited cloud like summer cloud. Summer cloud is only small. One side whitish, one side reddish, one side bluish. Beautiful to look at. That is the Bhagavan feature. So उनके ऊपर हम स्मरण कर सकते हैं, जिसका फॉर्म लिमिटेड है.
ये एग्जांपल दे नहीं सकते ना कुछ कि
किसको नहीं दे सकते?
क्लाउड इज द भगवान इज द सोर्स ऑफ ब्रह्मन करके दिस एग्जांपल वी कैन गिव.
Why you want to tell that? तीनों सेम ही है.
No, same here. This is to understand that all the three aspects are the
ये तीन महाविष्णु है. It is Mahavishnu who in his Chaturbuja form, in order to have darshan, like our
just now you are
Rangnath Swami is Brahman, is Bhagavan aspect.
just
The same Mahavishnu from whose skin pores unlimited universe are coming. Third canto, 11th chapter, one of the last verses. The universe covered by all the 7 layers appears to be like Paramanu in comparison to Mahavishnu. Then what is the size of Mahavishnu? Unlimited. That is Brahman aspect. The same Mahavishnu expands the Garbhodaksha Vishnu, expands the Kirodakasha Vishnu, expands the Antaryami and staying in the.
तो मतलब originally the Brahman is Mahavishnu.
Ah,
That is how we see it.
not how we see it. That is, it is. The Brahman is actually Mahavishnu only. Both Mahavishnu and Sadashiva are living in Brahman only. They are staying in Brahman only. नीचे विरजा रिवर, ऊपर सब कुछ ब्रह्मन है. What is Brahman? Mahavishnu expansion. But for a devotee, the same Mahavishnu appears to be Chaturbuj form. The Jnanis and Yogis glorify Mahavishnu as Sahasra Shirša Purusha.
तो
we
ऐसा
also
कुछ
understand
ऐसा
that
कुछ
the-
ब्रह्मन करके है ही नहीं.
हे ब्रह्मन है. ब्रह्मन का, Brahman says Sarvam Kalavidam Brahman, everything is manifesting Brahman only. From Brahman only coming all the universes.
Brahman means Mahavishnu only.
Ah, we call him as Mahavishnu, they call him as Brahman,
the effulgence
and yogis
of-
call him as Paramatma.
the effulgence light which is coming from the body of Mahavishnu,
Ah,
don't we call that as Brahman?
Brahman वही
the effulgence itself is Mahavishnu's body also.
The effulgence is
Itself is Mahavishnu's form, Sachidananda Swarupa.
रोज ये तो फिर
You are saying it is coming from the body of Mahavishnu.
yes.
I am saying it is Mahavishnu's body itself is effulgence. Because when you see Mahavishnu as Brahman, he is all pervading. He himself is all pervading in the form of light. His form is light. Huh?
His energy
Ah.
is actually pervading through all that.
No, he himself is pervading always. Then only now all the universe are situated in skin pores. If he is here and the universe are lying here, how it is that they are situated in skin pores? How Bhagavatam can be true?
then why we say
No.
मुझे the Brahman is coming
If all
from
the-
the bodily rays of Vishnu. ऐसा
We are
क्यों
not
बोलते हैं?
saying that he
Why we
is
say like
lying
that?
here in the universe.
That is for the elementary school children. This is for you who are reading Bhagavatam.
Mahavishnu is here,
Ah.
and we are not saying the universe is here. All the universes are actually resting on Mahavishnu.
Where?
Because he has a gigantic form.
Then where is Mahavishnu? When a devotee wants to see Mahavishnu, what kind of form is this?
This is Garbhodaksha.
Unlimited form. Nahi. I am asking about Mahavishnu. Ranganath Swami is Mahavishnu.
Okay.
Even when Krishna and Arjuna went to Mahavishnu, what kind of Mahavishnu they saw? Unlimited or limited Mahavishnu?
Limited.
Ah, limited is Bhagavan.
Hmm.
So unlimited is Brahman. See, our problem is that if he is limited, how can he be unlimited? If he is unlimited, how can he be limited?
No.
Ah.
Not in that direction.
See,
I am trying to distinguish. There is a significant difference even in. I'm trying to see the difference. You are actually trying to see the commonality.
not commonality. I'll tell you. Normally, Mahavishnu is all pervading, he is everywhere. But when he wants to give darshan to his devotees, he manifests himself in a Chaturbuja form,
Both
in a
contexts
limited form.
simultaneously.
Huh?
Both contexts simultaneously.
Why you want two different things? Is same only, na? Brahman is Brahman, is Paramatma, is Bhagavan.
But the statement in which you said
Ah,
that appears that, okay, because the example of cloud also which you said,
ah,
he disintegrates,
Ah.
he is not seen.
ah.
So whereas in that example, it's a material
The
phenomenon.
disintegrated one is Paramatma. That is Antaryami.
Yes.
Hmm.
So but in this case,
Ah.
in the material case, when
Ah.
it disintegrates, it can't retain its form. But whereas in this case,
That is material logic. When it disintegrates, it cannot have his form is material logic.
correct, that is a material logic.
Ah.
But whereas in the original thing, according to Ishopanishad also,
Ah.
even though if it disintegrates,
Ah.
it still remains as the original.
Yes.
So in the same way,
But
the
that person
Bhagavan
doesn't.
aspect-
That person does not want to see the original one. That person is only attracted to disintegrated form.
that is a different.
इसलिए उनके लिए उनका इच्छा अनुसार भगवान मैनिफेस्ट कर रहे हैं ऐसा.
Yes.
वो इच्छा के हिसाब से यम्यम वापी नॉट यम्यम वापी what was that यद्यद् दीयत उर्गा विभवन्ति तत्तत् वपु प्रणस्य तदनुग्रहाय. Whatever the desire of that particular sadhaka, according to Lord manifests his form.
Correct.
The jnanis want to see him as unlimited, so he manifests as Brahman. The yogis want to see him as Sukshma, so he manifests as Paramatma. The devotees want to see him as Bhagavan like them. भगवान भी उनका साइज में दिखता है उनको. जो भी हमारा शरीर का साइज है, भक्तों का उनका शरीर का उतना साइज का भगवान दिखता है. जब महाविष्णु दर्शन दे have ना, they don't have Mahavishnu darshan like very huge form. They have Mahavishnu darshan same as them.
So all these statements
Hmm.
actually indicate that, okay, there is someone who wants to actually manifest to someone in a some form. So I am trying to actually see who is that someone who is trying to manifest in different forms.
Hmm.
So that is Mahavishnu. So the source of all the forms is Mahavishnu.
Okay.
Whom you actually addressed him as Bhagavan.
Hmm.
So he is the supreme, whom he wants to manifest in different forms according to the worshippers of different people. Is this correct understanding?
Yes, yes. But what I'm saying is that we try to see three of them differently. But I'm saying the same person only
Is
manifesting differently to different sadhakas.
because
That's
of
all.
different degrees of revelation which they actually are aspiring.
That's all. According to their desire, he is facilitating their desire. That's all.
Now, so there is a degree of revelations also.
Okay, no problem. Degree of revelation. अभी you
मेरा सिद्ध है.
हाँ
एक spiritual world है.
हाँ
Before
हाँ
हम देखते हैं कि that is the separating,
हाँ
which material world is
हाँ 1/4
1/4.
हाँ second canto chapter 6
तो जो ब्रह्मन एस्पेक्ट है,
हाँ
या फिर जो the what we call, there is something separating here.
Viraja river separating them.
Viraja river
Separating them.
separating them.
Hmm.
Right. So Viraja river जो है,
Hmm.
it is also Mahavishnu, means
Viraja river is manifested from the sweat water from the Vedanga Purusha. Veda Purusha.
तो हाँ,
It is not Mahavishnu.
विरजा रिवर के बाद महाविष्णु लेटे हैं क्या? ऐसा कुछ
Viraja river के ऊपर लेटे.
ऊपर लेटे हैं.
हाँ
तो मतलब स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड है, फिर वहाँ पे महाविष्णु लेटे हैं,
हाँ.
फिर वहां से मटेरियल वर्ल्ड शुरू होता है, समथिंग लाइक दैट.
There is spiritual world everywhere. In that spiritual world, at one place there is Viraja river.
इन स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड
हो सकता है ना.
अच्छा बाउंड्री में ऐसा कुछ.
बाउंड्री में चला का नहीं. स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड इज एवरीवेयर. उसमें एक जगह पर विराजा रिवर है, जो विराजा रिवर के ऊपर महाविष्णु लाइट है, और विराजा रिवर के जितना विराजा रिवर है उतना ऊपर पूरा ब्रह्मन है. See, there are two ways to understand. Golok Vrindavan is here, Madura, Dwaraka, Vaikunthas are here. Surrounding Vaikunthas is the Viraja river, like a moat. One way to understand is that surrounding all the Vaikuntha places, there is a moat. That moat is Viraja river. In that moat, in that Viraja river, there is Mahavishnu.
But if you see it geographically, then the material universe size would be bigger.
Some
if
say,
you understand the Virja river to be completely circumambulating the spiritual thing. But if you understand only like a boundary as a part, as a small curvature, then we can understand the spiritual world
It's
Geographically, it is bigger and material is smaller.
Yes. Okay, we'll take this approach. There is so much spiritual world. At one place there is a small river. यहाँ पे छोटा सा रिवर है. ये रिवर में महाविष्णु है. एंड नीचे रिवर है, बीच में महाविष्णु है. महाविष्णु के ऊपर सब जगह पर ईतर है ना, दैट इज ब्रह्मन. ओके. एंड महाविष्णु का शरीर का स्किन पोर से प्रकृति आता है. प्रकृति ट्रांसफॉर्म, प्रकृति की दृष्टि से, भगवान की दृष्टि से ट्रांसफॉर्म करके 24 elements by their combination there are unlimited universes. They are all floating on the Karana ocean. जैसे महाविष्णु फ्लोटिंग कर रहे हैं वैसे कारण ओशन भी फ्लोटिंग हो रहा है. ओके.
Karna ocean के ऊपर यूनिवर्सेस
फ्लोटिंग हो रहा है. सो दिस इज द ओशन. उसके ऊपर सब ब्रह्मन है. दोनों के बीच में इधर यूनिवर्सेस है. आधा यूनिवर्स पानी के अंदर, आधा यूनिवर्स ब्रह्मन के अंदर. आर यू गेटिंग? When you go into a water lake, when you walk into the water lake up to your knees, your body is in the water and the upper portion is in the ether. That ether is Brahman. Simple. Okay.
समझेगा. Because there are many ways. Means how we imagine, that is also.
No, imagine what Shastra is saying.
Imagine मतलब वो दिखेगा तभी पता चलेगा. ये नहीं तो हमारे इमेजिनेशन को कुछ हम अलग ही विजुअलाइज करेंगे.
See, actually, whatever we are saying, Brahman is basically, it is the manifestation of the form of Mahavishnu only. What is this verse? न तद् भाषयते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावक यद् गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धामा परममम. Dama means, it has three meanings in Sanskrit. Dama means abode, Dama means form, Dama means light also. When you take the meaning of abode, Vaikuntha, actually the spiritual world in the Paravyama. When you take the form, it is the form of Mahavishnu or Paramatma. When you take the meaning of light, it is the Brahman aspect.
How do we understand that if someone goes to the form of Mahavishnu, he will not come back? How do we understand that phenomenon or that event? Dhamma is actually understood, that is
Dhamma is Vaikuntha.
Vaikuntha's.
Now, that's what I'm saying.
Brahman also can be understood.
When you say light or form, because there is no destiny called Paramatma. The both Jnanis as well as the Yoginis, who are the worshippers of Brahman as well as Paramatma, are aspiring to go to where the Jnanis and Yogis aspire to go to.
Mostly Brahman.
Mostly not, generally Brahman.
Generally
Okay. Brahman. Okay. So that Brahman is, when you say it is form, it is Mahavishnu. When you say it is light, it is Brahman. The same Mahavishnu only expanding as Brahman. I mean, he is Brahman. In one sense, he is not different from Brahman. He is Brahman. So he stay there. He stay in that unlimited expansive light area, which is above Viraja river. They stay there. There are two places. Whether you stay in that ball, which is floating in the Karna ocean, or you come out and stay in the infinite light. Or the best thing is, go out of that infinite light and enter into Paravyama and stay in the Vaikuntha. That's all. Staying in the infinite light is Brahman. Entering into infinite Vaikuntha is spiritual world.
So there is, from the Sanskrit word, Dhamma means form, will not be suitable in this explanation.
The form is the form of Brahman only. The form of Mahavishnu in the form of Brahman.
Form of, then there is another thing called as light, which we already are saying it as Brahman.
For,
So then,
because Jnani's understanding of transcendency is light.
then
The
that
yogis
meaning of Dhamma-
understanding of transcendence is Paramatma. That is a particular form. Paramatma
but
is a form
where
or
would
not?
they go for?
Brahman only.
Then in this context,
Hmm.
the Dhamma as a form does not have much significance.
Chalega, I am saying they also enter into that Brahman, which is also another form of Mahavishnu only. So in that way, I am connecting the form to Brahman. The cloud in the rainy season also has a form, though we are not able to describe, but it has a form. It has a volume, it has a dimension, it has a texture, it has a color. But we may not be able to talk about so much because we don't know where it is beginning, where it is ending. Unlimited dimension. So in
उनको नहीं पता लेकिन दूर गए तो कहीं ना कहीं तो एंडिंग रहेगा
yes.
So जो those who are Brahmavadis, they go to the Brahman.
Brahman, yes, they go to Brahman.
They kind of stays in the body of Mahavishnu.
Yeah, they stay in the body of Mahavishnu. That body which is Brahman, which is unlimited body.
So
Unlimited.
they are under Lord Vishnu's protection, kind of.
Yes.
So they will not come back again.
They will never come back. Yad gatva na nivartante saddama paramamama brahma brahma vido jana. The next verse you see 8th chapter. Some people go to Pitrulok and come back, but others who go to Brahman, they will never come back. Those who go to Brahman will never come back. Just like those who go to Vaikuntha will never come back.
कोई भी जो वापस
नहीं आएंगे. एक बार ब्रह्मांड से बाहर जाएगा तो वापस नहीं आएंगे. ब्रह्मांड के अंदर सत्यलोक तक जाओ, वापस आना पड़ेगा. बाहर जाएगा तो वापस आने की जरूरत नहीं. आब्रह्म पूर्णालोक पुनरावर्तिनो अर्जुन मामुपेत्य कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. Who is that mam? Mam could be Brahman for jnanis, Mam could be Paramatma for yogis, Mam could be Bhagavan for the devotees. So in that way.
Because we have not been till now in our journey to the nobody has told that Brahman is also a fixed place. We will fall down. So that.
Recently एक बार बलराम चित्र को क्लास दिया था ना. He tells that because Prabhupada says because that is the mood of the acharyas. Our mood of the acharyas is to promote seva, not to promote going to Brahman.
The explanation what Balram gave was when
they go very close to Brahman, they fall down.
Yes.
But those who go to Brahman, they will not fall down.
Yes.
Because they don't go to Brahman, so they fall down. It is almost
One
next step to Brahman.
Lower to Brahman, if you understand. If someone goes there, then they actually fall down. That is what Srila Prabhupada actually emphasizes.
The technical jnanis and yogis go to the topmost point of Sattva-guna. But if you put one step ahead, you enter into Nirguna. That is where you realize Brahman and Paramatma and Bhagavan, then you enter into Brahman. Realize matlab enter into them. But they cannot step ahead. Because they are Anadutta Ishmalangraya. They committed offense against Bhagavan. So they cannot step ahead. So Sattva-guna ka upar tak jaake wapas aayega. Without Inga Bhakti, one cannot enter into that. With Bhakti only reveals us Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Without Bhakti, one cannot. So these technical jnanis, technical yogis don't have any Bhakti. So they don't realize Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. Bhakti के बिना वो आते नहीं.
भक्ति थोड़ा सा मेरा तो ब्रह्मन में रहेंगे. नहीं तो नीचे गिर जाएंगे. हाँ, नीचे गिर जाएंगे.
थोड़ा सा क्या? भक्ति के बिना निष्काम कर्म योगा नहीं कर सकते. भक्ति के बिना ज्ञान योगा नहीं कर सकते. भक्ति के बिना अष्टांग योगा नहीं कर सकते. That yoga means bhakti. Those people without bhakti, they are practicing nishkama karma. That is called nishkama karma only. You cannot add yoga onto that.
Yoga means also.
That is according to Vishnu Chakravarti.
And Baldev Debhushan also.
But our Srila Vyasdev, he has given our acharyas gives us the understanding on this.
Vyasdev also gives the same understanding. Vyasdev's philosophy is Vedanta. His philosophy is not Karma Mimamsa or Nyaya.
So Vedanta will include Brahman, Paramatma and
Vedanta means Brahman, Paramatma. Non-difference between the Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan.
So within this purview, you choose any.
Vedanta includes Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga on one side, Bhakti Yoga on the other side. You do whatever according to your desire.
But
Vedanta is this. Vedanta gives accommodation for all people. It is all inclusive, Papa.
it is only
Vedanta is not exclusive bhakti. Vedanta is exclusive Mayavada. It includes all the processes, all the sadhanas.
Exclusive Brahma.
Exclusive Mayavada.
मायावा छोड़ के सब
Mayavada छोड़ के सब है.
Excluding.
Excluding Mayavada, सब कुछ.
Exclusive.
then why they do Vedanta Pathan?
हाँ?
This Mayavati, why do
ये संस्कृत बुक है ना, आप कुछ भी मीनिंग निकाल सकते हैं संस्कृत वर्ड से. मायावाद और ब्रह्मवाद में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है. Brahmavadis know three aspects, but they are attached to Brahman. Mayavadis are attached to Brahman, but they don't respect Bhagavan and Paramatma. They reject Brahman Paramatma. They say only Brahman exists. No existence of Paramatma or Bhagavan. That's where the mistake is. Brahmavadis accept, yes, they also exist, but we are attached to Brahman. उनको यही चाहिए, बस इतना ही चाहिए, वो नहीं चाहिए.
जैसा हमारा भक्ति
मेरा जैसा अभी उधर जाके सेवा करेगा तो तकलीफ होगा, बाकी लोगों को भी तकलीफ होगा, भगवान की भी तकलीफ होगा. मुझे सेवा नहीं करना चाहिए, मुझे किसी को तकलीफ नहीं देना चाहिए. मैं फ्री रहूंगा, भगवान आप भी अच्छे खुश रहो, मैं भी खुश रहूंगा. I don't want to disturb you by doing wrong seva.
मुझे Brahman aspect
चलेगा, भ्रमण करके आ जाओ थोड़ा सा. Hey, will go ahead. When the mind is attached to the gunas, it is the cause of the jiva suffering. And when the same mind is detached from the gunas, it is the cause of the liberation. Just as the lamp with a charred wick displays a smoky flame, and with a fresh ghee-laden wick displays a bright flame, the mind bound by the gunas takes shelter of many conditions like the charred coal. At the another time, the same mind with fresh qualities like the ghee filled with wick enjoy the taste of the Lord's sweetness by giving bright light. It's like that. It is the same mind only, but in what state it is? That is the problem. Nirgunyam means nirgunam. A lamp with a burnt up ghee wick burns with a smoky flame, and at another time gets extinguished and merges with the elements. A meditation life. Or a lamp with a burned up ghee wick burns with a smoky flame, but when fed on golden ghee, it burns without smoke in its brilliant form. दिया जलाया, चलते 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 घी खत्म हो गया, उसके बाद भी पूरा विक जल जाता है, जल के राख बन जाता है. At the end only smoke comes out. That is like living, dying one day, again taking birth, again dying, again taking birth, again like samsara. Otherwise, if you keep supplying the golden ghee, the wick will never burn. The wick will remain there. The flame is only on the top of the wick. The flame will not come down. It will always remain at the top only because there is a constant supply of ghee. That is like Brahmananda. Brahmananda is constantly eternal. The wick will never become black. जब विक घी बंद हो गया, वो आग नीचे नीचे आते नीचे बाल रहते हैं ना, वो बाल भी बर्न होके पूरा काला हो जाता है.
तो अगर हम अपने दिए में ऐसा कंटिन्यूअस घी ऊपर सप्लाई करें,
हाँ, ऊपर ही जलता रहता है. हाँ, ऊपर ही जलता रहता है, नीचे तक नहीं आएगा.
ऊपर से भी
वो पॉसिबल नहीं है.
ऊपर से नहीं,
वो मतलब ऐसा अपना दिया रहता है, ऐसा पड़ा. अभी क्या दिए को घी चाहिए रहता है, इसलिए वो नीचे नीचे जलता है. बट अगर ऐसा घी वो कंटिन्यूअस फ्लो रहता है, so it
see in our home they also keep a diya na, next to that big stand is there. There's a container in which we put lot of ghee, and there will be wick like this, flat wick is there at the end. So there you light that, the wick is running. When the ghee is kind of getting over, again mother puts some more ghee or water, oil or whatever. It continues to run. So it's burning throughout the day. If there is constant ghee supply, it can burn for the entire lifetime also. That's why they call Akhanda Jyoti also. The same Jyoti is going on for 100 years when there is constant supply of ghee behind. When you stop giving ghee, the wick जलते पूरा जल जाते हैं, पूरा काला हो जाते हैं. That is samsara. Continuously burning is Brahman. Brahman is eternal. In that way, by basically liberation, in the liberated state. Similarly, the mind bound by the gunas takes shelter of many functions, but at another time obtains a taste of the Lord's sweetness. That means when one wick is burnt, you put another ghee, another wick, and some more ghee. As long as the ghee there, the wick runs, and one day the wick also burns. Then बाद में उसको साफ करो, then put another ghee, put another wick. That is one birth, next birth, next birth, next birth, life after life. So that's how we can compare our repetition of cycle of birth and death. So that's what they do generally. And Saturday they put lamp. वो खत्म हो जाते हैं 10 बजे तक. Again next Saturday again they clean, they put another lamp. So in that way. एकादशान् मनसो हि वृत्त्या आकूत्यया पञ्चदियोऽभिमानान् मात्राणि कर्माणि पुरं च तासां वदन्ति हैकादश वीरभूमि. The 11 functions of the mind are the 5 knowledge senses, 5 action senses, and the hankara. The 11 functions of the mind are the activities performed by the 5 jnanendriyas, the 5 activities performed by the 5 karmendriyas, and the 1 activity of ahankara. Because it is the mind which is the chief executor, execute the activities of all these 11 personalities. O king, they say that there are 11 objects for these 11 senses. The 5 tanmatras for the 5 jnanendriyas, 5 actions for the 5 karmendriyas, and the body for the ahankara. Currently, ahankara want to enjoy the human being. Mind provides human body. Later on, ahankara want to enjoy the devata. भी human बन के बहुत तकलीफ हो रहा है इधर. I want to become one स्वर्गवासी, एक देवता बनना चाहिए. Then mind provides that. Then ahankara says, I want to run faster. I want to become horse. The mind gives the horse body. And the ahankara says, Abhi, this time I want to stay at one place, take rest. The mind gives a tree body. At one place only take rest. In deep sleep. So like that. The desire of ahankara is to experience something new. The mind provides that every time. This verse shows the conditions of our vrittis of the mind. There are 11 vrittis, 11 duties for the mind. 5 activities of the jnanendriyas, 5 activities of the karmendriyas, and the activity of the soul. Not soul, ahankara. So उसके वजह से हमको body मिलता रहता है. For these 11, there are 11 objects. The tanmatras are the sense objects of the 5 knowledge senses. Actions such as elimination are the sense objects of the 5 action senses. Elimination means passing stool, passing urine, passing stool. The body or the house is the object of the ahankara. The human body or the particular body, the playground for the ahankara to exhibit, it's I am so and so. I am Ankit. I am ISRO scientist. So it's all ahankara's desire. It's like that. I am engineer. I am doctor. I am this. I am that. Ahankara want to have that experience of being that. So mind provides that particular body and enjoys for some time period. बाद में बोर लगेगा तो और कुछ मांगते हैं. Mind provide that also. बोर लगेगा तो और कुछ मांगते हैं. Mind provide that also. Like that वो चलता रहता है. When ahankara says I want to become Krishnadas, then mind will facilitate that. First mind will argue. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? नहीं, मैं नहीं करता हूँ, मैं नहीं करता हूँ, मैं नहीं करता हूँ. Then ahankara will put a mutti क्या? Then the mind will listen. So in that way.
But how one can actually directly approach the ahankara?
Huh?
Is that possible, brother?
Who?
On a practical sadhana level,
Huh.
can we approach directly the ahankara? No, right?
Who will approach whom? Who is that approacher?
That is another question. So mind only has to approach.
But mind is mind is working under ahankara only, na? So ahankara should
can't directly become Krishnadas.
Ahankara expresses the desire. It is the mind which has to facilitate the desire.
Intelligence actually expresses to Ahankara.
कौन बोला?
नहीं.
नहीं.
Ahankara itself actually
Ah,
expresses the
Ahankara is the one who demands whatever it wants. Intelligence only gives a plan, working plan. When mind says, "ए करो, अभी ये करने का, अभी कृष्ण भक्त बनने का," then intelligence says, "वो कृष्ण भक्त बनना है तो आपको वैष्णव एसोसिएशन में जाना पड़ेगा, चौबार टेम्पल जाना पड़ेगा every Sunday. You have to attend Prerana lecture also every month, and you have to stay in the base. You have to eat Krishna Prasad only, and the planning is given by intelligence. What to do, how to execute that." Mind is the CEO, Ahankara is the boss, and intelligence is the chief engineer officer.
Chief engineer.
Plan पूरा planning रहते थे. And कर्मेंद्रियास ज्ञानेश are the employees. They do the needful. Intelligence is a plan maker.
But how will the desire be aroused without the interference of the intelligence?
नहीं, desire तो mind के अंदर है ना. Mind is the storehouse of all the previous experiences. Ego is the one. There is no independent existence for mind
When we hear
from
lectures,
Ahankara.
then we actually understand that we need to do Krishna Bhakti through Shravanam. So first it is actually entering through the senses, the Vani of the pure devotee.
Okay.
That actually enters in through the senses and through the mind, and then it actually reaches to the intelligence.
नहीं, पोस्ट तो गलती है. कौन बोला? इंटेलिजेंस इधर नहीं रहते हैं, इधर रहता है. माइंड इंटेलिजेंस दोनों इधर रहता है, इधर कुछ नहीं रहता है.
इधर बस हार्डवेयर. Okay,
it's not like that. It's not like that.
You can explain first.
The information gathered by the five Jnanendriyas goes to the intelligence. When you are sitting in the class, what are you doing? You are seeing the speaker. You are hearing from the speaker. Mainly, these two senses are functioning that time. And you might be writing notes also. You are engaging your hand, the Karmendriya is also writing notes. And your gross body sitting there. And your legs are not moving here and there. They are in standstill position. You are engaging legs also, hands also. You are not speaking. That like that you are engaging your mouth also. Engaging mouth is also not speaking. Also another engagement of the mouth. And smell, your smelling is not happening so much. Touch also not so much. So like that, all 10 senses are engaged. The eye information which is acquired through the eyes and the ears. Okay, we'll continue. Then we'll continue that afterwards. गन्धाकृति स्पर्श रसाश्रवांसि विसर्गरत्यर्थ अभिजल्प शिल्पा एकादशं स्वीकरणं ममेति शय्यामहं द्वादशमेक आहु. The 11 objects are fragrance for the nostril, form for the eyes, touch for the skin, taste for the tongue, sound for the ears, evacuating, sexual intercourse, motion, speaking, and grasping. Grasping for the legs, speaking for the mouth, grasping for the hands, speaking for the mouth, motion for the legs, intercourse for the genital, evacuation for the evacuating organ, anus. And possessiveness of the objects is for the Ahankara. Possessiveness is the Ahankara thing. I am human being. I am male. I am an engineer. I am a brahmachari. I am this. I am that. That is the possessiveness. That is Ahankara's function. Some say the 12th object is the body, identified as I by the Ahankara. The body is possessed by Ahankara. Ahankara says, currently I am possessed. This body belongs to me. This body is me. And this body has the identity called as engineer, doctor, brahmachari, grasta. All this is me. Are possessed by me. Like that Ahankara says. This verse describes the objects. First, the 5 tanmatras stating with fragrance are described in relation to the knowledge senses, starting with nose. The actions starting with evacuation are the objects of the 5 action senses. This makes 10. Arti means going. The 11th item is the body. What is accepted? Swikaranam, possessive. What is possessed by the ahankara? Because of ahankara's twofold nature of mine and I'm, aham mameti. Some acharyas say that the 11th object is possessiveness of things like a house, etc. etc. The mine means with respect to body, we say I. With respect to other things, mine. This mobile is mine. This bead bag is mine. This glass is mine. This bottle is mine. This mobile is mine. This book is mine. That is mameti concept. Aham concept is this is me. This current body is me. So in that way. The 12th object is the identification with the body for the ahankara. The 11th object is possessiveness in relation to all the different objects. The 12th object is identity with the body. So these are the 12 functions. There are actually 11, but ahankara has a twofold nature, aham mameti. So the total becomes 12. So like that, it is indicated. So basically ahankara, with the help of, not ahankara, with the help of all these senses, we deal with the external world. So whatever information we receive through the 5 jnanendriyas, it goes to intelligence. Intelligence analyzes all the raw information and it tells what is what. Intelligence function is dravya spurana vijnanam. It reveals dravya to us. When I see you, eyes are seeing all the so many colors, and intelligence will tell that he is wearing a brown color cap, he is wearing a gray color sweater. When inside that there is a white color kurta, upon which light cream color bead bag. So like that. This is all revealed by intelligence, and the mind will store the information, whether it is a good experience or bad experience or neutral experience. The mind will store it. And tomorrow, if tomorrow same time if we come here, again the senses will see, the intelligence will tell what kind of appearance is there. Then the mind says, hey, yesterday to grey color sweater pehna tha, aaj no sweater. Mind will pop up the yesterday's information. It stores today's information, it pops up the yesterday's information, and intelligence compares. Kal se aaj ka difference kya hai? So yesterday he was wearing sweater and today is not wearing sweater. So conclusion is yesterday it was cold, today is not cold. So like that.
Intelligence. Conclusion.
Intelligence analyzes and tells the information.
And now
The mind stores the experiences. Mind is the storehouse. किसके लिए store कर रहे? किसके लिए experience मिलना चाहिए? Ahankara want to experience everything. It is Ahankara who want to experience warmth. That's why yesterday you wore cold sweater. And today Ahankara does not want to experience too much warmth. There is no winter. If still wear sweater, it feels so much heat. So Ahankara says, hey, no, ज़्यादा heat नहीं चाहिए. The mind says, okay, निकालो. And intelligence give the directions to karmendriyas. Hey, hands, निकालो इसको. The hands will come into action and hands will remove the sweater and keep it aside. And hands will remove the cap and keep it aside. Karmendriyas come into action. So like that.
So, isn't it like after processing the information that now I don't want to wear because the experience of wearing is not actually good. That has already been registered in the mind. That now I'm
no, even not good is current experience only. It's not past experience. Yesterday, after wearing it, it was a soothing experience. Ahankara enjoyed. And today, after wearing it, Ahankara feeling uncomfortable. And Ahankara says to the mind, hey mind, क्या कर रहे हैं आप मुझे इतना गर्म क्यों कर रहे हैं? गर्मी निकालो.
Now I'm going to the third day. So the mind has actually experienced both the things.
Mind only store the experiences.
Okay, mind
Who
has
experiences?
stored the experiences.
The Ahankara is the experiencer.
Okay.
Ahankara is actually experiencing everything, good or bad. So the good experience or bad experience is stored in the mind. So it's like that.
So mind has stored the experience of both the days.
Both good. One day with sweater good, second day without sweater good, and with sweater bad.
Yes. And now on the third day, okay, it is again warm. Okay. So then the mind pops up the experience of not wearing the sweater, because if you wear when it is already hot, you will not be happy. So that is the experience what mind has actually
Hmm.
had. So that will pop up.
Hmm.
And then the intelligence processes it and it says, no, don't wear.
Ah.
Because it gives the output.
Hmm.
Don't wear. So that don't wear is turned out in the form of a desire and it will be given to the mind.
इंटर तक नहीं
Here,
आएगा. Actually, I missed one point.
Yeah.
Onward journey, there is intelligence. Return journey, there is prana. There is no intelligence. Intelligence also will be there, but main executor is prana.
But throughout the whole sadhana bhakti,
Ah.
we actually follow
Ah.
the shastras,
Ah.
which are the vidhi and vidhana.
Ah,
which
vidhi
is the
vidhana.
vidhi vidhana.
Ah.
And we actually process whenever we want to take any decision.
Ah.
We use the intelligence, whether it is according to the shastra or not.
Ah.
And then only we actually process it.
Ah.
Irrespective of whether mind may have some good memories or not good memories, but still we actually try to follow what is there in the shastra,
Ah.
and we actually want to do. So
That
this
time
process
we are not
everything-
following intelligence. That time we are following Chetana. When Shastra comes into picture, Chetana becomes activated.
But actually, the mind has very, very strong experiences of the vasanas, what it had.
Yes.
That vasanas are coming from the Chetana.
No. The vasanas are there in the mind only. Chetana mein nahi. My intelligence deals with matter.
Okay.
Chetana deals with spirit.
So whenever there is
Anything
a tug
related
of
to
war,
spirit, Chetana comes into picture.
okay, whenever there is a tug of war between
Ah.
vasana and following the shastra,
Ah.
bad vasana.
Ah.
Bad vasana and
Following Shastra.
following shastra.
Ah.
So the tug of war is actually happening
Between whom?
between the intelligence in the intelligence. Because
Intelligence?
that's the processing.
No, intelligence nahi.
Huh?
Processing will be there only when you acquire information.
Okay, it has acquired the
You acquire information, you tell that this so and so, that's all. कुछ बोल दिया बस, उसके बाद कुछ नहीं.
Mind ने process किया. Mind ने process नहीं किया.
Mind only stores. Mind only stores.
Mind has actually stored the information of the shastra.
Shastra.
Okay.
Hmm.
The intelligence and mind are also the storage of the impressions of the vasanas. So now intelligence has to process.
Why?
Because I now have to take a decision.
Huh?
Now I have to take a decision.
Who will take the decision?
It will be given by the intelligence. The information.
The decision maker is only ahankara.
The decision maker is not intelligence.
Mind and intelligence are only employees. Boss is ahankara.
So then the next conclusion comes.
Intelligence, okay, ये काम करना है तो ऐसा ऐसा करने का करके इंटेलिजेंस बोलता है बस.
Okay, so now
It will not tell whether to do it or not.
okay, the ahankara tells.
It will give you the road.
हाँ, yeah, it will give the road map. ऐसा करेगा तो हो जाएगा करके बोलते हैं.
Okay, the ahankara decides now how to follow shastra.
हाँ.
Okay, and at the same time there is another pulling force that no, today I want to sleep. I don't want to go to morning program.
Yes.
Okay.
That also ahankara will tell.
So then what is the dichotomy of the ahankara? When we say ahankara tells, okay, the ahankara means it wants to enjoy the gross material body. All the senses, whatever it wants, it has to enjoy. But there is something called shastra vidhan. So that is not exactly which is pleasing to the senses. So who is actually saying that? Is it the same ahankara? That who is actually forcing us to actually listen to the shastras and inspiring us to follow that?
Here is ahankara. Okay, ahankara के नीचे दो things है. Here are the jnanendriyas. Here is intelligence. Here is mind.
Oh,
mind के ऊपर ahankara.
About the intelligence.
Obviously. Mind is always about intelligence.
But in that
here,
picture,
this is, wait. Here is the material world. Here is the external world.
The Kathopanishad's diagram, the chariot actually is represented by the intelligence. And the ropes are explained to be the mind. So intelligence is actually...
Chariot here is the Chetana. No. Is actually chariot is the Chetana.
chariot driver.
Chariot driver, charioteer मतलब driver only. Driver is Chetana.
So then who is intelligence in the Kathopanishad's example?
The 5 horses are there, na? 5 senses. The 5 individual horses represent the activities of the 5 Jnanendriyas. And their combined effort is intelligence. And that intelligence is controlled by the mind. Mind is the reins. And the reins is not only the mind. The reins are both mind as well as ahankara. उसके ऊपर है ड्राइवर. ड्राइवर इज चेतना. And चेतना के पीछे पैसेंजर है. पैसेंजर इज आत्मा.
New analogy.
New analogy. Because Prabhupada translates buddhi always as intelligence. But if you take Bhagavatam 2nd canto 6th, 3rd canto 6th chapter, only 23 elements are mentioned. Where is the 24th element? The 23 elements come together and form unlimited Brahmandas, all the universal form. The 24th element is Chetana. In Sanskrit, the buddhi itself is including both Chetana as well as intelligence. That's why the Puranjani, many times we always see Prabhupada translation only as intelligence. As Prabhuji mentioned, materialistic intelligence. But buddhi is both combination of intelligence as well as Chetana. Both combined together. Because both function is same. One is revealing matter, other one is revealing spirit. Intelligence reveals 24 elements. Chetana reveals the 4 elements out of the 28. Kapila Sankhya mein kitna elements hai? Tell me what are the 28? Group wise you tell. Don't you tell each and individually, but group wise. Kitna? 5. Okay, then 5 karmendriyas. Kitna? Then
Man buddhi ahankar.
Man buddhi ahankara. Chetana.
19.
18 only. 19.
5 panchabhutas.
पंचमद 20 plus 4 24. उसके ऊपर 4 का है.
आत्मा. परमात्मा. 26 हुआ.
26 हुआ. आत्मा परमात्मा 26 हुआ है. बाकी दोनों कौन है?
26 ही है ना.
28. कपिला संख्या 28. अब टीचिंग से लड़के कपिला पढ़ा यार. बाहर का कपिला का पढ़ा है ना. भगवत गीता पर्वण में था 28 है. What are the 5 teachings of Bhagavad Gita?
अच्छा काला कर्म.
काला कर्म. What are the 5 teachings of Bhagavad Gita?
जीवा
काला कर्म प्रकृति.
जीवा भगवान काला कर्म प्रकृति.
दूसरा बटा बोलते रहते हैं. ईश्वर से चालू होना चाहिए. ईश्वरा जीवा काला कर्म. ईश्वरा जीवा प्रकृति काला काला प्रकृति कर्म.
कर्म आखिरी में आना चाहिए.
आखिर में आना चाहिए. How do you execute karma? How do you execute karma? With the help of the material body. The material body is made up of 24 material elements. Hey, Pani, hey. Material body is made up of 24 elements, not 5.
That there was not one element.
So 24 plus 4 total 28 elements. Full Sankhya is 28 elements. Okay. Intelligence gives you information about the 24 elements. Chetana gives you information about the 4 elements. Ishvara, Jiva, Kala and Prakriti. ये 4 का बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए तो चेतना का सहारा लेना पड़ेगा. ये 24 के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए तो इंटेलिजेंस का सहारा लेना पड़ेगा. So it is like that. These two are different like that. Both का function is same, to reveal something. What is something could be different, but function is revelation. That's why these two are taken together always in the Bhagavatam. So Puranjani is representative of both Chetana as well as intelligence. Okay. So when we are only interested in Sakama Karma, only intelligence aspect of Buddhi is functional. When we are interested in Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, or Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, or Yoga Mishra Bhakti, or Ananya Bhakti, the Chetana function also activated. There the Ishvara principle, Jiva principle, Prakriti Kala principle is activated in the yoga. Without yoga, in Sakama Karma level, there is no Ishvara Jiva. Only everything is within the matter only. So 24 elements only action. वो इंटेलिजेंस ओनली इन एक्शन. चेतना का कुछ रोल नहीं, चेतना वहां पे सो रहा है. That is the function, that is the difference.
This postgraduate understanding.
PhD understanding.
In the graduation, we just understood that Kathopanishad's example.
So वहां पे driver is intelligence, but Bhagavatam understanding is driver is chetana. Intelligence is with the senses only. Whatever information received by the five senses is analyzed by intelligence and it will give that information. And mind says whether this information is good or bad. Yesterday there was May Payasam, we call Chakar Pongal. So when we eat with the help of Jnana Karmendriyas, the information goes to the tongue se information jata hai. Svarsha is there, it is not very soft. Chakar Pongal is very soft, but yesterday's rice is very hard. So that information goes through senses to the intelligence. And intelligence will tell that, yeah, this is somewhat some type of Chakar Pongal. Not exactly the Chakar Pongal of Tirupati temple, but some type of Chakar Pongal. Eh na, Mungal nahi. Mungal nahi tha usme tha.
वैसा लग रहा था वो.
नहीं, Chakar nahi Payasam. Only rice was there, no Mungal. So then the mind says, but anyway, still it is tasty. Jada nahi tha, jada ghee tha, but still it is tasty. So that information is stored in the mind. And Ahankara enjoyed it. And then the Ahankara says, I want more. It tells the mind, I want more. The mind tells Prana, hey Pran, unko jaur thoda chahiye. Then Prana activates the Karmendriyas. Then we get up, legs get up, plate, hold it in the hands, go to the table, and the mouth speaks. My dear sir, please, can you serve me one more spoon? And that person will serve one more spoon. And legs walk. And we come to our place, sit, hands will put the plate on the floor, and then hands will mix and take it into the mouth. And then the Jnana is again come into action, the experience. They give the information, it goes to the intelligence, analyzes, and now intelligence says that now it is cold. Last time it was hot, now it is cold. Which other time ho gaya, abhi thanda ho gaya, get me, Prasad. So then mind says, though it is cold, but still is sweet. The intelligence, Ahankara says that, Arey Bab, pahle will lene ka tha. But still, okay, something is better than nothing. That experience is stored. But there Chetana says, you are only saying that it is sweet or cold or hard. It's actually Krishna Prasad. Thanda bhi ho, garam bhi ho, Krishna Prasad is Krishna Prasad. So that Chetana will tell. It is Krishna Prasad.
Is connected to Ishvara, so that
It is Chetana's activity, yes.
So if at all, if it has to act in the outside world, for example, he has a diabetes, but he's seeing Chakar Pongal. Okay, he has eaten something, but before going to the next plate, he remembered of the doctor's advice.
Yes.
So then he would actually take a decision not to go. So that is by
mind. Ahankara says, I want to enjoy.
That is not by Chaitanya.
Not by Chaitanya. Chaitanya is connected to Bhakti, it's Lord. Some sadhana.
Okay, then the Chaitanya, which is connected to the karma aspect, therefore karma is also there.
Which?
No?
Oh, रहने दो, but Chaitanya generally deals with
Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. So Chaitanya
Kala karma nahi, Prakriti. Ishvara, Jiva, Kala, Prakriti are under the purview of Chaitanya. Karma is under the purview of intelligence.
Okay, so then the outside world, when they actually say the doctor said no to sweets, so he will be remembered that and he takes the decision.
Yes.
So who is that actually desiring? Is it
Ahankara desiring that I want to have sweet. The mind says, "Ab sweet le lo," but doctor ne mana kiya, thoda le lo, zyada mat lo, 1 teaspoon le lo bas.
But just now we understood these 24 are being actually controlled by the intelligence. Okay, and those 4 are controlled by the Chaitanya. And where this Ahankara is actually coming to the play?
It is not controlled by intelligence, bro. Intelligence deals with the 24. उसमें intelligence भी है. Basically, intelligence deals with the material world.
So, अभी पूरे इस case में ईश्वरा is not coming and those 4 are coming.
उसमें ईश्वरा भी नहीं, जीवा भी नहीं. आपका पेशेंट केस में उसमें ईश्वरा कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं, जीवा कॉन्सेप्ट भी नहीं. डिसीज किसका है? शरीर का, आत्मा का नहीं. ओके, प्रकृति का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं. और काल का भी कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं,
Correct.
किसका कॉन्सेप्ट है?
Only this.
शरीर का कॉन्सेप्ट है।
Correct.
तो शरीर है तो इंटेलिजेंस लेवल पे डील हो रहा है,
हाँ.
इंटेलिजेंस एंड
So-
माइंड लेवल पे डील हो रहा है। चेतना का रोल नहीं है ही नहीं,
Correct.
चेतना is स्लीपिंग, चेतना कुछ है ही नहीं उधर।
Correct. So now, who is actually desiring?
अहंकारा।
So even in the other case also, when it is actually desiring,
हाँ.
Ahankara only is desiring. When Chetana is actually trying to practice yoga, so then also Ahankara only is desiring.
चेतना टेल्स
Hmm.
ए अहंकार क्या क्या सोच रहे हैं आप, अभी ये तो थोड़ा भगवान के बारे में भी सोचो।
Hmm.
then ahankara becomes submissive of chetana, says that okay. Normally ahankara, even though the chetana is superior to ahankara, but ahankara keeps him under his control, उनको स्नब करते। आप चुप, ज्यादा बोलो मत, जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ सुनो। कभी बच्चे लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, यू पेरेंट्स यू डोंट नो, लास्ट जनरेशन यू कांट अंडरस्टैंड थिंग, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ सुनो, इवन दो दे आर एल्डर, हाँ ऐसे बोलते हैं ना। बट व्हेन दे गिव गुड लॉजिक एंड रीजनिंग, देन अहंकार को सुनना पड़ता है। जब अहंकार सुनते हैं ना तो बोलते हैं अभी क्या करें, मूवी जाना इच्छा है बट आज संडे है, थोड़ा संडे टेम्पल जाएंगे, हमारा काउंसलर ने बुलाया था, ना जाएगा तो नाराज हो जाएगा, सो उनके लिए हम जाएंगे करके अहंकारा काइंड ऑफ एडजस्ट इट्स शेड्यूल एंड टेल्स द माइंड चलो अभी इनके लिए थोड़ा सा करेंगे। सो लाइक दैट इट कम्स, वो आते 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 अहंकारा बिकम्स डिवोटी, देन अहंकारा विल एंगेज माइंड इन डिवोशनल एक्टिविटीज।
So then whenever there is a tussle, the tussle is always between, in a sadhaka's life,
within the mind only,
within
mind and
the
ahankara,
mind,
with the mind and boss and servant.
it is between Chetana and Ahankara.
When
Always the
we want to
tussle
do
is
some
between-
spiritual activities, it is between Chetana and Ahankara. When Chetana takes over, then one begins bhakti. When intelligence Ahankara takes over, one does karmic activities. So इसलिए विषय चेतो दर्पण मार्जनम, चेतना को थोड़ा एक्टिवेट करने का। जो चेतना बिकम स्ट्रांग एंड एक्टिवेटेड, वो अहंकार को मुट्ठी डाल के बोलते हैं आप ज्यादा बोलो मत, सुनो। So like that. This is Bhagavad Sankhya.
Will process it.
टाइम 10 बज गए, आरती चालू हो गए।
10:05 हो गए।
हाँ।
मुझे जाना है।
Okay.
अब मुझे भी जाने का, बट विल कवर दिस 2 वर्सेस, 10 हो गया है, 12 तक सेक्शन कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। फंक्शंस ऑफ माइंड विल नॉट डिस्कस सो मच, विल जस्ट रीड थ्रू। द्रव्य स्वभावस्य कर्मकालैर एकादशांशि मनसो विकारा सहस्रशाशता कोटिशश्च क्षेत्रज्ञान्तो नमित गुणस्वस्त्यु। Previously we said 12 functions of the mind, na? 5 actions of the jnanendriya, 5 karmendriyas. Ahankara has 2 actions. Aham mameti. Aham is the with respect to the body. Maham is with respect to all the things that we possess. I have the glass, read bag, cap, mobile, laptop, home. For us, our kamra, our locker, our area, the Sharnath mein, wo area belongs to me. Other area belongs to you, like that. We possess all this. That is the function of Ahankara. And then each and every activity can have many sub activities. For example, mouth is speaking. Speech में भी बहुत सारा वेराइटीज है, अच्छा स्पीच, बुरा स्पीच, मीडियम स्पीच, इधर उधर करके। Because of the variations in the materials, nature and antakarana, karma and time, the 11 transformations of the mind becomes hundreds, thousands and millions. They become unlimited, not by themselves or their combination. They become unlimited, not by themselves or their combined strength, but by the power of the Paramatma. To the intervention of Paramatma, they become unlimited.
What are those 11 transformations of mind?
11 activities of the 11 senses. Jnanendriya's activities, Karmendriya's activities, mind activities. Mind has 2 activities, Aham and Mameti. Aham is with respect to the body. Ahankar says that I am this person. I am Pavaneshwar Das. Pavaneshwar Das, not Pavaneshwar Das, I am Pavandu Santoju. That is the name of the body. And this body possesses so many things. This body possesses, this glass belongs to Pandu Santoju. This bead bag, this mobile, this notebook, this book, and this mobile, this laptop, everything belongs to him only. There are, and it goes to the extent of house, bank balance, property, everything. There are unlimited varieties of functions of the mind by subdivision. The transformations of the functions first become 100, and then 1000, and then million, billion, trillion, etc. Because of the infinite number of material objects such as sandalwood, musk, kunkuma, gold, silver, and coral, etc., because of the infinite number of natures, one person may enjoy a certain fragrance. So there is one function of the nose to smell. There is a different smell, sandalwood, musk different smell, kunkuma different smell, gold, silver different smell. That's why multiple activities it become. Because of the good or bad natures of the antakarana, because of the control of karma and the control of time in the form of age, body, youth, baby, youth, there are unlimited varieties of the single functions such as fragrance. Not by themselves and not by their combination, but because the Paramatma has unlimited power, these functions become unlimited in number. It is only by the Paramatma sanction only there is an experience of unlimited variety. The knower of the field is twofold. One is the Paramatma and the Jivatma. Two Kshetrajnas. The Paramatma was mentioned in the previous verse and will be explained in the next verse. The Jiva is of two types, conditioned Jiva and liberated Jiva. The conditioned Jiva was described as being embraced by the mind and thinking he is the body in verse 6. The liberated Jiva is not embraced by the mind and has no false conception of his body. The conditioned Jiva has been understood. What about the liberated Jiva? The liberated Jiva will be explained in the next verses. Kshetrajnayeta manaso vibhutir jivasya maya rajitasya nitya avirhita kvapiti tirohitascha shuddho vichastehi avishuddha kartu. The liberated Jiva, free of samsara, impartially sees the transformations of the covering of the Jiva, known the mind, which performs actions opposite to the Lord. The liberated Jiva, free of samsara, impartially sees Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavyasne Sunucheva Savakecha Pandita Samadarshina. The transformations of the coverings of the Jiva, Brahmana, Gavi, Astina, etc., known as the mind, which performs actions opposite to the Lord and which is made of Maya. In the conditioned state, Maya performs so many individual activities, independent activities, because of which there is variety. But in the liberated state, one does not see the variety created by the mind. These transformations are without beginning, sometimes visible and sometimes invisible. It's like that. What is the meaning? The liberated Jiva, who is the knower of the field, knows the transformations of the mind, but does not identify with them and enjoy them. It is thus free of samsara, whereas the conditioned Jiva is bound by samsara because it is attracted to the variety. The mind is the covering of the Jiva because it is made up of Maya and performs impure actions which are against recognition of the Lord. The transformations of the mind have been present with the Jiva without beginning. कब से शुरू हुआ संसार हम हमारा पता नहीं. We are kind of नित्यबद्ध. कब से हुआ पता नहीं. When are they not visible at all times then? Then when are they not visible at all times then? They are manifested during waking and dream state and invisible during deep sleep and at the time of universal devastation also. The samsara visible to us daytime. We are dealing with the samsara. Even the dream also we are dealing with samsara. In deep sleep, we forget the samsara. And during prakritika pralaya, also we forget this. When we enter into the body of Mahavishnu, we don't have any samsara. But it does not end. It will again recreate for us in the next creation. The conditioned Jiva absorbs himself in the conventional world of samsara. In what does the liberated Jiva absorbs himself? Conditioned Jiva samsara में मग्न हो गया. Liberated Jiva किस में मग्न होता है? Brahman में. That will be mentioned in the next verse. The liberated Jiva is absorbed in Brahman. Conditioned Jiva absorbed in matter. उतना ही difference है. Absorption तो होना चाहिए, but किधर होगा? They will tell. So here actually basically what exactly is happening around us is revealed by our Brahmana Bharata unto all of us. So it's like that. Okay, we'll continue. There is many more things to discuss. We'll continue next week. హరే కృష్ణ. గ్రంథరాజ్ శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం కి, శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్ కి, అనంత కోటి వైష్ణవ భక్త వృందకి హరే కృష్ణ.